Boulevard. And we're here, we're with our mystery guest. We have a mystery guest with us. Um, and this is actually very exciting. I can't wait for you guys to hear about our special mystery guest. We're gonna get some questions answered, and we're gonna get a good perspective, a different perspective from what we usually get, because this special guest had let's just say a special place in the chain of commercial hotels and buildings that we were in. It's another survivor that was also brought in under 21. So, very impressionable minds get preyed upon by these people that ensnare underage kids in completely unconscionable contracts that we are questioning in this year 2024. You guys, in this year 2024, oh look, income taxes. Shout out to the IRS. IRS, we're gonna come and protest your corruption, IRS. We are coming for you, IRS. Protesting your corruption, protesting the IRS sanctioning and literally incentivizing people to, get all manner of tax credits. Can you imagine, you guys? Tax credits for, really gross stuff, really. Hello, tiny bird.
I think it's Tilty Bird.
Guilty.
Yeah.
Well, it's very hard to read here with this shaking so much, you guys.
Yeah.
IMF, literally AF. Tilty. Can't stop, won't stop.
It's better than what I thought it said. I thought that L was another T.
Cannot wait for the IRS to hear your story, Serge.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Hi,
We're coming with our receipts, IRS. Receipts ain't matching, IRS. We're auditing y'all because receipts do not match. And you know what? The IRS hates when receipts don't match. And imagine it's us who have unmatching receipts showing up from the IRS themselves.
Absolutely.
Exactly, Marina. We're going to bring the receipts. We're going to bring why in the hell were we underage kids snared in here in this 501c, so-called 501c to really save our world, IRS. 99-cent store. There's where you can buy the Tide box to launder your image if you're a Scientology executive. You go to the 99-cent store and then you grab a Tide box and then you just play dumb the whole time and just pretend that you're completely senile and everything's gonna be wonderful.
True. Gotta keep on going straight.
Yeah, straight.
Okay.
Thank you, Pat. I appreciate that. Exactly. In your face, IRS. We're coming with bags and bags of receipts that do not match, that make not a shred of sense. And we do want to get some of those auditors that you have there inside of the IRS to start auditing something. So here we go, guys. We are just about to arrive. It's right there. So I think you can park right there.
Oh.
There's parking right there.
Where?
Right there.
Inside there?
No, right there behind the truck.
Oh, gotcha.
Thank you to 100 of you that are here. hit the like if you haven't yet, so we can boost this algorithm that that needs to be. Is it? Can you?
Oh, no.
No.
Well,
No.
no.
No, because this. Just fine.
Right here, though, right? Yep.
Yeah. We arrived to the blue building. Do you guys know where everyone is? Is everyone by AOLA?
Do we need to put anything in the meter? Do we need to put anything in the meter?
No, 8 to 8. So it's past 8. Yeah, the algorithm is biased against us, you guys. The corruption is real AF. But you know what? We're not in a rush. You are all organically showing up with us, and we appreciate you all because already 124 of you is pretty great. So here's what we're protesting, you guys. No more kids inside of these hotels and commercial buildings. So let's go find the others. Special mystery guest. Oh, look at them coming out right now. There's a Scientologist right there. They're all coming out of the graduation, you guys. These are the people paying for the fake courses right here. Right there. So these are the adults, and you know what? They seem that they're super happy to have left their little Friday night extravaganza. You know, paying for the little courses that they love to do so much. They love L. Ron Hubbard. They think a convicted, indicted felon is a great man. They think he's wonderful and amazing. Uh-oh, LAPD?
I left my phone in the car. Should I go grab it?
Why don't you have it?
I
You need
forgot
it.
it in the car.
Oh, we need to go get our phone, guys. It is graduation night. They're not by AOLA. Do you guys, where are they? They are in the next street. Okay. Shouldn't be, keep going straight. They must be having an exciting religious experience. Seriously, you guys, what type of religious experience were we really having? I beg to differ. Say hi to Osa, everybody. LA Org entrance? Okay, good. So we're gonna go this other way.
Oh, look at all the cameras.
There by the L. Ron Hubbard bike ISO. Okay. Oh yeah, I think that's them.
This looks so different.
So our special mystery guest is still walking next to us, you guys. Nobody has seen who she is yet. Come in, decide for yourself or get dragged back in there. Decide for yourself or we'll drag you, we'll grab you.
You're not alone. Curious about Scientology? You're not alone. Hello.
Hello.
Hey.
Good, how are
Hi.
you? Good to see you.
Nice to
Hi.
meet you.
I'm Karen.
This is
Jess.
Hi, Jess.
Karen.
Hello.
And here's the LAPD to arrest search.
And here's they're coming for him.
They're coming for search.
Oh, hell no.
My baby.
What's up? Good to see you.
Where's Michael?
He's working. What's up, mister?
How's it going? Everything good?
Inspector Gadget.
Look who's here. Look who's here.
I love that.
We're competing with our billboard, you guys.
That's amazing.
Yeah, exactly.
What a great idea.
So, Chris,
Oh, I know who they are.
Chris, Karen was brought to Scientology when she was 18, and she was a senior executive.
Damn. She was higher than you?
Yep.
Damn.
Yeah.
And when'd you get out?
About 5 years later, I got out of the CR.
23 years old?
Yeah, about 22, 23. And then out of Scientology for good about 4 years after that.
I'm sorry.
Out of Scientology for good about 4 years after.
Is that how long it took to like,
He's right here.
I'm right here. I'm right here. Come and get me, bro.
Friends and a lot of his family were Scientologists. So,
But you know, I mean, if you're allowed to go out, you don't.
did you live here or was it here?
I mean, it is just dangerous.
so I was a senior person.
Scott, I know. For sure.
All these buildings were under her.
Damn.
I mean,
Yeah, we're not tolerating homophobia.
no, CMO,
CMO?
What's CMO?
Commodore's Messengers Organization. So it's like it's like
Okay, so I'm the top person over all the bases.
Damn. How long you been out for?
Years, decades, but it's taken a long time. To be
Yeah,
able to
I'm sure.
comfortably talk about it.
Yeah.
A lot of trauma.
I mean, no. We're gonna come back here.
Okay.
Yeah. A lot of yucky stuff happened.
So I've heard.
Yeah, yeah. I started at a mission in Seattle, and I ended up auditing some celebrities. And then, of course, CCN came after me, Celebrity Center.
Okay.
and she was 18, right?
Yeah, yeah.
She started getting recruited at 18.
Yeah, I was just doing book one auditing, which is Dianetics auditing. And I should have run back then. I was being forced to audit people. Disgusting. They forced me to finish the intensives. So there was no way out for me.
Yeah.
Leave me alone with that person at night. Just, it was horrible. Anyway.
Yeah, because you're always left by yourself every time they put you in a session. You're like told that you have to deliver 12 hours to them. 12 hours. Like you have to sit in a room with them for 12 hours. Every time they pay for your time they pay for 12 and a half hour blocks with you. Like you have to be physically in that room for those 12 hours. Yeah. You're supposed to use the TRs. You know, like that kid that you grabbed the other day.
Yeah.
They drill them. I mean, imagine that they sit hours and hours and hours pretending that they're you. And that's why he sounded like he was a little bit more together. But they do drills about this. Oh, come at me and pretend that you're not liking Scientology so that you know how to talk and how to reposition and how to re-say everything. So that's why he sounded so like
Like us.
I do understand
Get
that
like
people,
the most
one, not all of them are even
like
Scientologists.
to
Two, they're
check
toxic.
you out on your TRs, and men grabbing my chest and saying things I never would have considered sexually. Just like the most disgusting things.
Were you bored in there?
No. What happened is I was on my own at 16, and I had just suffered losing the three people who were closest to me. And here, we can help.
They preyed on you.
Yeah, absolutely. Come and take this personality test. And at first, the stuff that they're saying, especially back then, I mean, that was 1987, didn't sound crazy. It sounded, oh my God, there's help for me. There's help for me being so depressed and not wanting to continue with my life. And then they just apply so much pressure to make you come back. You have to keep, you got to finish this, or we're having this event. And they keep on, and they love bomb you.
You have to speak up. They can't hear.
They love bomb you, and they keep on forcing you to come back. So you just, it's manipulation. And when you're that vulnerable and young, they know exactly what they're doing. And that's how they got me in. And then off I went to CCN. I was recruited by a guy named Rob McClay. He was the husband of Karen Sue. She goes by both names. She was the president of CCN for a long time. And this guy actually drugged me. He got me into... Can't hear?
They said if I turn the camera, it's supposed to be better.
Or come closer.
Or come closer. Or should we get away from the traffic? Why don't we go around the corner?
Yeah,
We can go around the corner, maybe.
Well,
Yeah.
there's music in the other one.
Oh.
Like in the middle, actually.
Yeah, in the middle.
Wow.
They just hear that.
Oh, really?
So,
I thought I had a really loud voice.
no, but this is like with everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah, you actually are pretty loud. You're a Karen. That's why the name I go on YouTube is K's in the House. It's not Karen. Yeah, nobody wants a Karen in the house.
No, it's just a carrot. Literally, ain't it?
Oh, God.
He just turned around with a
Who
finger.
said?
He says that all the time.
Oh my God. Not the best name to have right now.
So I'm guessing back then
Should
it was
we-
different too, right? Because like in such a short amount of time, you got like to do like some medical.
Yeah, I mean, one day I was contemplating what, if I wanted to keep on living. Then I have all these people love bombing me and supporting me. And
Here's
you
good.
Just get caught up in it.
Here's good. Let's try
Yeah.
it here.
So, Rob McClay was this Australian guy married to Sue or Karen McClay. She has many other different names.
Yeah.
And so he, one day right after I had arrived to CCN, he's like, hey, do you want to see LA? And of course I hadn't seen anything of LA. And I'm like, sure. And I didn't suspect anything bad. I didn't flirt with the guy. I wasn't, he was a married man. Plus he was like 40. No. And so he brought me to this place. We're in line. I didn't realize we were in line for a club. I was very naive. And he saw, eventually I started getting concerned because I realized people weren't there that were my age. And he's like, oh, don't worry about it. I can get you in. And I'm like, I don't want to go in.
We're talking 80s right now,
We're
right?
1987. And so when the bouncer, was checking my ID, he asked him, what time do you have, mate? So that he couldn't calculate, so it messed him up and he didn't calculate my age. And as soon as we got in there, and now I'm scared, but I don't have any money. I don't know LA. It's dark. I had just had a really bad experience leaving the Portland org at night and having somebody follow me. So I wasn't gonna hoof it. No internet, no cell phones. I was kind of stuck there. And so I'm like, okay, I'll just write this out. So we go straight to the back of the where the bar was, and he knew the bartender. And I saw the bartender give him like a nod, like there was some kind of silent communication going on. I didn't know what it meant at the time. And he was trying to get me to finish my drink. Well, I blacked out. The last thing I remember is sitting there chatting with him. But I woke up to him, assaulting me sexually. And, I like pushed him off. I'm like, no, I don't want this. And after that, I barely remember crawling in the bed when I got back to CC. But the next day I was so terrified. My roommate, her name was Stephanie, and she was my age, also worked at CCN, said, Karen, watch out, because Rob's been taking advantage of a lot of other girls here. Which of course meant he had been raping them too. And
he was a recruiter.
He was a recruiter who went out to, he recruited me from Seattle. But he was also
They would send them out. Yeah, they would send them out all over the states to go recruit people in other states and then bring them to California.
Yeah.
And that's what there's already a lawsuit about a recruiter doing exactly what she says. So
Yeah.
this was a practice. He wasn't the only recruiter. A recruiter essayed me as a 12-year-old. So recruiters were pretty much the first line of attack.
And they're upstat, because if they recruited a lot of people into Scientology, then no matter what they did to other people, it doesn't matter. The stats matter. And you can just traffic the person and shut them up. So that's what ended up happening is for a long time, he was messing with my head, saying, my wife's OT7, she can read minds. Yeah, I'm brand spanking new and maybe 6 months. I don't know anything. God, is that true? Is that?
And they always speak with so much authority, and they're such know-it-alls. So that it's that everything they tell you is they're fully certain. So it's very hard for you to. Yeah, you're in a completely. Well, especially at the point of that recruitment where you're already out of the state that you're in, you're here by yourself. We're talking the late 80s.
Yeah. I didn't know anybody here. That was who I knew and the people I had met.
It's called trafficking across state lines, and it is a target of human traffickers. They get you rooted out of where you were and put you in a place where they control you.
Absolutely. And what happened after that is almost even more disgusting and disturbing. Because eventually I don't remember how it came to light, but I got pulled into ethics. I have 4 adults screaming at me, blaming me for the assault. The president, CCN, was yelling at me, how dare you, whatever. I enticed her husband, and I'm just bawling, like I wanted it. I mean, my God, how horrible to be drugged and sexually violated, and then it was my fault. But the way
that was very common, because they call it putting a head on a pike.
Yeah.
That's the term. Put a head on a pike to send a message to other young girls to not sleep with the adults. They blamed it always on the kids. The kids were guilty. You went out 2D. You did it.
You did a 2D flow. That's what they would say, is you were 2D flowing.
That's how they would turn it. Exactly.
Yeah.
It starts with you enticed it because you 2D flow. You send this vibe that made that happen to you. So it's you force them to come on you. It's so sick.
It's really disgusting.
And they don't look at the person that did it anyway, like that.
No, you know what? They do, but it's always so hypocritical, right? Because it's oh, you did something wrong too.
Yeah.
Right? They're not being nice to the other person, and that's the hypocritical part of it. Because you're oh, he's being treated bad too.
Yeah.
But it's he's not being sent to the police,
He was
right?
not
He's
the one
he's
assigned
washing,
treason.
they might be washing
Yeah.
dishes, they might have to do a condition, in the case where both of them get blamed. I mean, it sounds like in your case, he didn't even get any
I
blame.
have no idea, because what they did was assign me treason. Yelled at me and all that, but they wanted to get me the hell out of there. So they had me sign a Sea Org contract, and I was gone within 2 days. They sent me to Florida, and on the EPF, and then from
So
there
off
onto the
to
free ones.
across state lines again. After the felony was reported, let's send the person across state lines to eradicate jurisdiction.
Yeah.
So the idiots at the LAPD remain so dumb and idiotic because people can just literally be put on a plane and all of a sudden the LAPD couldn't be more clueless.
So I was under control too, because I couldn't really report it to the LAPD if I wasn't
They would
in
have done
LA
it
anymore.
anyways.
Yeah, well, no, they
Like
wouldn't
most
have.
useless.
Well, but it's actually interesting what her knowledge of the whole LAPD relationship, because in 87 the LAPD relationship was very different to what they have today. They have built a relationship over the past 35 years.
It was very intentional. RTC was running a program, and this is how I actually ended up getting busted as the COCMO PAC. So they had a program to get a new security chief, on post, and to beef up security, and to make Scientology indispensable to the LAPD.
Imagine that was make ourselves indispensable. Like, think about that word, what indispensable means. So indispensable means like they cannot live without you. Like literally they need you for everything. They make themselves, and that's why they have this relationship, right? Because like she said, they're very intentional. Let's help you with this. Let's hook you up with that. Let's do this. What can we do for you? What can we do for you?
You want to know what was going on that solidified that relationship?
Yeah.
With the LAPD? Okay, so I don't know what was going on previous to me, but as the COCMO, I was running a program from RTC to, like what I said. Back then it was the Bloods and the Crips. We were going at it real hard. And so they created a gang unit, the LAPD did. And we were painting over all of the graffiti. They found that the way the gangs were communicating was through the graffiti, and that's how they knew where to go and shoot each other and who was going to kill who. So we were constantly painting over all the graffiti to cut the communication between the two gangs. And so they would have Sea Org members out there painting over all of the graffiti while there was a couple of LAPD officers there. I mean, back then there were gunshots every 2 hours from my window in Big Blue. Every 2 hours I heard gunshots. A friend of mine was walking down the street with this Doberman. There was a Doberman. This guy worked at security with a dog did. I mean, they were mugged at knife point with a Doberman. I mean, it was nuts back then. So we were constantly painting over graffiti. They were training us how our security should be. I was actually out there practicing shooting guns.
With them to fraternize.
Not specifically with the cops the couple of times I remember, but it was under, they knew what was going on. They were trying to help us. I mean, I specifically remember a cop telling me, okay, if you guys are going to have guns, you have to be careful because, a gun can easily be taken away from you. And he was showing us, they were literally advising us on how to run our security.
What year was this one?
90, 91. And we got 2 security dogs and sent them to the same training facility, or that the LAPD had their dogs trained at. So there was a lot. I mean, it was constant communication with the LAPD between security and, you know. So if you can imagine how long that's been going on, the bottom, you know, the lowest ranking cops or whatever who were helping us back then, I mean, they're either high up or retired. I mean, these people have been collaborating very closely for decades. And it's disgusting. And I mean, there were kids that would run away and get taken back by the LAPD.
Yeah. I mean, imagine Ruby Franke and Jody Hildebrand, that 12-year-old that escaped. Every time 12-year-olds would escape, they would be brought back to them. There was no escape. And we would hear about it because they would tell us, oh, Joey just blew. And everybody would be like, oh, you're so horrible. You're so disgusting. Everybody would sneer at the person who was out ethics, right? Because, like, that's how it was pitched.
Was the worst thing you could do.
Yeah, the 12-year-old blew. He left his post. He broke his contract, his billion-year contract. Because, again, is this idea that the kids and the adults are exactly the same. It's like, it's so nuts and so stupid. I mean,
it's just so gross. So many kids have been so mistreated. My question was always, where the hell is social services? Where's the conscience? I mean, what the? Can I swear on this?
Yeah.
What the fuck? You know? What? Oh.
No,
I
you
have?
are fine. No,
Okay.
I don't care.
Okay, great. Anyway, that is how so many kids, you know, also ended up wondering if they wanted to continue living. You know, there's a lot that we don't know, and it's not just hundreds of victims. I'm hoping that sharing my story will help others come forward, because there's thousands of victims. Every child in there was abused. There's not one child that was in there that wasn't.
yeah.
And every child victim that I know, ex-Scientologists, whether or not they're in the Sea Org or public, have massive trauma. There's not one person I don't know personally that has.
What was interesting about the video you put with the young guy is that he's in his era of feeling empowered. You know, when I was his age, 15, I felt I had the power. Adults were calling me sir. I told other people what to do. I told them to go wash dishes, right? So it's like, if somebody like you came to me and said, I'd be looking at you down. Even if I'm trying to talk to you, I would just try to appease you, which is what he was doing. Oh no, everything is fine. Everything is great. No, they let me do whatever. I mean, never mind that he got contradicted by those people roping him in physically touching, right? Like, we know that's illegal. Like, no one has the right to come and grab you and pull you. In Scientology, they groom you to accept that. Like, that's literally called a drill from L. Ron Hubbard that they get used to. They're very much about this, and it's always like, so that's why it doesn't ring an alarm for them, because it's like, oh yes, and then you guys don't know who she is, right? Because the security guard that came and grabbed him, he wasn't, you saw him, he was like, no, leave me, I'm having this conversation. But as soon as she came out, which most likely was the ethics officer, he would know who she was. So when she came in, there was no saying no to her, because he knows that she is in charge of the ethics. She's the one that's going to now lock him up. Don't be talking to suppressives. What are you doing? This is you're creating a PR problem for us. Like,
it's a big flap.
Don't talk to them. They're crazy. They just want to make money with the videos. They're just out of their mind. They're wasting their time. They're just complete degenerates. Like, we're here saving our world.
Well, and of course they're going to say inflammatory stories about each and every person. So like serious scare tactics. Serge did this, and then they'll say false things that every person did not do.
Well, yeah, they have like drug addicts.
They said that, they tell people I'm a porn star. I don't know why.
Wow.
Yeah, so we kind of know.
Yeah, you've heard this before. I didn't last too long as an exec. I will say that most people would would say I was kind, but I did do something that I horribly regret, that I would like to immediately just renounce, because I think everybody who comes forward should take accountability. I'm no different. And if anybody has any issues with me, I'm open to any conversations that they have. That's absolutely. If I have something to apologize to somebody for, I'd like to do that. I did send, as the COCMO PAC, there was an investigation done and somebody was found to have done wrongdoing, and I sent him to the RPF, but he was a kid. And at the time I did not know how horrible the RPF was, because a person who hadn't experienced it, that person experienced trauma because of a decision I made. And I would love nothing more to have a conversation with him and, have a big cry together, because that haunts me.
Well, thank you, Kay, because honestly, I understand. And, we're taking time out of our day to have these difficult conversations, because we don't want more people to be haunted by decisions that are driven by rhetoric written by a convicted felon. It's that simple. It's like the rhetoric was written by a convicted felon. He's a felon. He was indicted for fraud. In what world can a felon write rhetoric that circumvents the Constitution, the literal Constitution, to put someone in harm's way like a child? And, again, it's like we haven't seen a lot of executives in Scientology come out and say, hey, I did this to a child. I am, beyond appalled.
Cause somebody harm.
And it's only calling out these practices that is going to stop them, not sanitizing them and pretending that the problem is people getting disconnected. Oh, they disconnect families. Who the hell cares? They're toxic at AF. If you're in a domestic violence situation, you need to get rid of your abusers.
Yeah, absolutely.
If they're your parents, it doesn't matter. You need to cut off ties with them until you get people that can literally put you back together. I mean, we were left as roadkill after they were done with us. We were disposed of and left for roadkill. It's taken us how many decades to be in our midlife crisis to connect dots, because it's unthinkable.
It's just this serious. I mean, I didn't even consider, and I'll be honest, I didn't even realize I was raped. I didn't realize until I had been watching Serge. And so this is how Serge and I connected. Because it was something he said, and the way he said it, I was like, oh my God.
Well, because there was always this false euphemisms. Out to D, out to D, out to D. It doesn't register as the R word. It's just simply, it just sanitizes the whole thing, And because out to D was anything to do with sex, it's like, no, make it make sense. Like, who benefits from that? The abusers or the victims? I mean, just answer that. Answer that very quickly. Who literally benefits from changing a real word to a word that means nothing? Pitched by a convicted felon. Oh, let's just call this all. Make it all a generality. Because again, it's like anything to do with something in the area of sex being done wrong is out to D. Could be a blowjob, could be a rape, could be anything to do with sex. It's just out to D. And again, these people are making this big song and dance that they're so ethical. But imagine what type of ethics do you all have when you're all incestuously data mining this information? And what the hell are you doing with the information after you find out these disgusting things?
I got another one to kind of say too. I won't say his name, but I'll give you an example of how disgusting inside CMO is. This was when I was in CMOC Clearwater. And first of all, Jenny DeVocht, you are the scum of the earth.
Jenny DeVocht Linson, she's like one of the most disgusting, unhinged women there.
Let me just put it out. She herself had told me she had many abortions, and she forced them onto young girls. So many.
So many, you guys.
she is literally one of the most evil people I've ever met because she doesn't care. That was like her type of birth control. And the girls really couldn't say no, and they were tricked. They would take the husband, put him somewhere else, and they would be told that your husband changed his mind. You know, he's going to divorce you if you don't get an abortion. The girls would get an abortion, and the husband would say, why the hell do you do that? I mean, can you imagine? Not, you know, and also girls that were raped, same thing. You know, it's just, anyway, I got off on a tangent just because I really wanted to name drop that bitch. Horrible human being. She got off on harming people. Like, people would like the post that they were on, they'd be doing well. She would do, I can't remember the name of it, utilization surveys, where it's just bullshit. It's like, is this person being fully utilized on post? And she'd find any reason to take a person off post whenever she needed to man up or put a lot of people into a new project, like the Sandcastle way back.
Sandcastle Hotel.
Yes,
That's why people
Sandcastle
like,
Hotel.
there are hotels, guys.
Yeah,
breaking
they
news.
really are. So she would just destroy people's lives. Oh, and then condemn them. You fucking piece of shit. You're so out of this. You know, blah. And this person would like actually have their statistics up, doing well. And she would just
The swearing is like nothing. They get off on swearing a lot, and you go, it's like, what type of religious people would use the F word every other word? Because they kind of got off on that because they were high executives. And the whole thing to be cool is that you have to be a ruthless, total cunt.
Yeah.
That's how they were picked. Like, oh,
Exactly.
you're like that, then you qualify. Like, people auditioned for the executive roles. Nobody was just picked willy-nilly. Like, they were like, you have what it takes. Yes, let's put you in this role. And then they would just, like Jenny Linson.
Yeah, that's why she's still there doing her thing. So anyway, where was I going with that? With Jenny Linson?
Well, the abortions, the amount of abortions that she oversaw and that she commanded. I mean, because that's what they would tell the girls. You're out of ethics. You want to break the contract. You want to stop saving a world. And that's what they call everyone outside. Just part of PTS to the middle class. Like, you got nothing going on in your life. You're not saving a world. So you're going to break a billion-year contract where you're saving a world for what? Like, the baby's not even born. Like, there's no Thetan there. There's no Thetan.
Yeah.
L. Ron Hubbard said there was no Thetan. So you know what? It doesn't even matter. And by the way, imagine that after they did this, and we'll give you an assist. We'll help you after you do it. And what was the assist? Getting them locked up in a room, talking about what they just went through
Traumatizing them.
ad nauseum for 10, 12 hours, 25 hours, 50 hours, however long it took them to say, oh yeah, I don't feel anything. It's so blown, my needle floated, I don't care.
Yeah.
And it's like, that's what you have to tell yourself when you're in that room. Like, oh, I don't care anymore. Like, oh, you know what? I used to care. I was in a lot of grief, but all of a sudden, because of L. Ron Hubbard, never mind. I'm actually great, and this technology really worked.
It's actually taken me years to not dissociate because of all of this. It's like to be able to feel comfortable in my body. Like, it's insane because all of this teaches you that you're not safe anywhere. There'd be, that's where I was going with this. So I had a person who worked underneath me at Samuel Clearwater, and they wanted to man something up. So they took him off as my junior, but of course they had to make up a reason why. So they got into his personnel files and all the, of course they have a life history, they have all our information about everything. The life history they do, like it's every sexual experience you've ever had in your life, every time you've masturbated, every time, like everything. They have everything on you. And this kid was young. He was like 15 at the time. And Tom DeVocht was yelling, and Jenny were yelling, "You fucked your aunt." And I mean, and just kept on, and of course, just make up any kind of horrible explicative in your mind. They were just yelling at this poor kid. And I knew this kid. He's a good kid. That wasn't voluntary. That happened to him when he was like 11. That is not, that's rape. And here they were just shouting it to everybody to know. And I lost it. Yeah, I did. I screamed at Tom. I was not happy. I felt so bad. I tried everything I could to help that guy, but this just, they violate you over and over and over and over again. Like the girls that had to have abortions, they'd go back. They'd bring it up multiple times later. Anytime they were out ethics. You fucking made us go through all that trouble. You know, and they would bring it up again and re-traumatize people. And the control they have after you have been re-traumatized over and over and over again, it's insane. Like, it sticks with you. And that's why people take a long time to come out. They really need to process this and get into therapy and figure stuff out.
Yeah, no, they really make you identify with the trauma, and you lose yourself. Okay. Where are you? Should we follow you? Okay.
Anybody have any questions about that?
Well, I mean, thank you so much for sharing.
It's gone. No, I would love to have more people come out and tell their story. I know it's really hard. I've been working with Search for a long time first I was under the radar. You know, I have people who will now disconnect from me. Of course, quite a few. I still have friends in places that are, so be it. I think the more people who come out, the more people who are speaking, Scientology is going down. It's just a matter of...
Well, courage is contagious, and you're being courageous to show up back at the crime scene. This is where it all was happening back then.
It is a little unsettling, I won't
It
lie.
is. It's very, very hard for our brains because the trauma's still in your body. That's what happens with these places. It's like once they harm you, there's no undoing it. There's no off switch to what they did to you. And, in what world are people getting subjected to that? For what reason? Literally for what reason?
Over again. Hi.
Hello.
Hello.
I've been watching you lately. It's so good. Everything is
Thank
great.
you, Sassafras.
I mean, just all of the... I am. Hi.
Hi, Karen.
Hi, Karen.
Or
Pleasure.
Kay's in the house.
Kay's in the house. Hi, nice to meet you. Hi, Chris. Yeah, it's been great.
Hey.
What's up, Jacob?
I'm good. How are you? Good to see you.
Good to see you. Hi.
Are you Karen? Are you the one whose story I've been hearing? I've been listening in my car. It's nice to meet you. Nice to see you.
You too.
Hi. Sorry, I've always got my hands full when I'm out here.
I'll have to catch up. I don't know what...
So you were just talking about Jenny Linson, the Scientology executive.
The biggest bitch who ever lived.
Oh my gosh. And Chris, I don't know if you've ever seen Anderson Cooper's A History of Violence about the Church of Scientology, but it's from like 2010, and you know who Anderson Cooper is on CNN?
Gloria Van Belsen, who was
I don't watch it.
You're good, you're good.
I don't watch TV. I heard his name though.
Yeah, he goes into like a 5-day expose on the history of violence and the allegations of abuse that have come out about the Church of Scientology, and he talks to people like Jefferson Hawkins and Marty Rathbun and Tom DeVocht, all of whom allege that they were beaten by Miscavige and saw Miscavige beating up others. And then Miscavige sent 4 of the ex-wives of those executives who were still in the church to defend Miscavige. But it was crazy because they said the exact same thing. So Jenny Linson, the one that Karen's talking about, makes the comment, every inch of Tom DeVocht's body. I slept with him for 20 years. And then
Yeah.
Mike Rinder's ex-wife says the same exact thing. She's like,
They all say
I slept with him for 25 years. I know every square inch of his body.
Do
It
you
was
know
like they
where
all
that comes
rehearsed
from?
that
That
line.
is exactly something David Miscavige would say. I know him. I knew his dad. I knew these guys. I was in at the same time. That is how David Miscavige talks.
You were here in Los Angeles?
Yeah. Yeah. I was here. I've been on the free ones. I was
On the free ones, on a yacht. It's like, why does P. Diddy have a yacht? Why does Epstein have a yacht? Why does Scientology have a yacht? Do you need yachts to have your human trafficking operation working? In what world are they all going to the same places?
That's right. Oh man, too many stories of abuse by Scientology.
Well, it's actually kind of about everybody.
Well,
This
sure.
is, you know, I mean,
Sure.
I have
But we're adults, and it's like I always go
amazing-
back to like saving the kids, right? That's my
Yeah.
whole thing too.
It-
It's like
it is.
I've got my story that brought me out here,
That's-
but when I come out here, I just try to get the message out. You know, but meeting people like you don't talk offline just because I'm trying to connect all the dots.
Yeah, it's disgusting, and it's really finally the video that you did with Aaron.
The one where we were all bawling, crying, showing
That
the
is
children.
what it's like. I mean, everything honestly has been kind of pussyfooting around the major issue. That is what is Scientology is. And the next thing I
just
would
brought it
like
home.
to do sec checks with you. We need to set that up because I'll tell you. Oh, here I'll just give you an example. When I was taken off post as COC and MOPAC, they were accusing. I mean, I was so plain. I mean, I didn't do anything wrong, honestly. And they, I know that sounds really bad.
I did
I get
everything
you.
right.
I didn't, per Scientology, I didn't do anything wrong.
You followed the rules. You were a good
I was
Sea Org
following
member.
The rules. They were accusing me of doing things I'm not even going to say, but it lasted 3 months. One of my juniors wrote a report saying that I had been deprogrammed because I went back to Seattle to try to get my sister-in-law out of the IRS, which was a big no-no at the time.
I mean,
didn't
imagine they
succeed.
sent her
Yeah.
to get her sister out of the IRS. They check that you don't have anyone in your immediate family working for the IRS, for the CIA, for the NSA, for the FBI, for HSI, for any of those. It's an immediate disqualification.
Well, they wanted to send me to INT, so this was what was right. I had to be INT cleared.
To be in clear, to not be a liability, they need to make sure that you're caught off that possibility of someone in the IRS missing you.
Any connection, right?
So basically, you have to just go through several hours of interrogation to be approved to go to the in base. Like,
So they sent me back. I got the chief off at COC at CMOPAC wanted my post. So my steward and the chief off. And you know who my steward was? Molly. You know what's Molly's last name now? That horrible, the one that's still in the church. That's like David Miscavige's little.
The one with the short, dark black hair? Like his new assistant?
No,
Molly.
it's not her. But Molly has been. Anyway,
don't
people in
know.
the chat will probably know. So I can't remember her last name right now. But she was my steward, and she's always wanted more power. So they got
Whole
me
thing
out.
sounds like a power
They
trip.
turned me. They wrote things that shouldn't be a report, which you don't get a copy of. And suddenly I was getting sec checked, and I was off post. And 3 months. 3 months of hours and hours a day accusing me of doing disgusting, disturbing things I would never have thought of.
So people say this to me all the time. What was the end game? So for someone like you that were going through 3 months of basically torture and interrogation, and I know that they try to like blame you for the most extreme thing, like because AA Ron talked about that a little bit and
really
stuff. So what,
horrible.
what in your opinion?
Murder routine.
Yeah, well, I think I was.
I mean, like
too
ultimately, what do they want you
kind.
to do? Like break down, have a mental break where they can put you
They
in
want
and make
to-
you kill
they want
yourself,
full
or like?
control over you. And I think they like I was done. Like I wanted out. And What's the best way to make sure somebody doesn't speak up? Scare the
So that's
crap
their main
out of
thing,
them.
is that they don't. That's what yeah.
They'll just check you into oblivion until you are a shell of a human being.
And so
And
when
that
they're
is
done
what
with you,
happens.
they think you're going to go away and go rent an apartment or go get a house or something, and then you're never
They
going to
don't
say
care.
anything again.
They just send
They just
you
think,
away.
okay, we've done.
They
enough.
usually send you out of the jurisdiction. Like I was sent off from Florida to New York,
So way away from it.
way away from everything. So
if
it's
you
everything
said
is
something to someone, they'd be
blurred.
like, he's crazy, or he's
Yeah.
you're trying to make.
When
him
you
know.
left LA, you ended up where?
Seattle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So most of the time they make sure that you get displaced
out.
immediately, and then you start this
Yeah.
new life, right? And
I mean, I was just
Steal
on the way here being
everything
told
of
I'm
yours.
crazy and that I'm mental and that that's not what's really happening. And like the chats, I don't have very many people follow me because anyway, I'm rather new out here trying to figure this out, but I've been dealing with this for 8 months now. And until in January, when I found these wonderful people, is when I started finally piecing things together and had enough bravery to come out, because I would talk to people and they think you're crazy or whatever. So it's like, how long are they going to do it? I'm never going to not say anything.
They will never stop these practices.
But they stopped with
because-
you, is my point. Like they finally came to a point
Oh,
where
well,
they've
I
left you
was
alone.
completely destroyed. I was no longer a threat.
Interesting.
You know, that's the objective. Cave them in is the Scientology terminology. Cave them in.
you're left for roadkill. You really believe what they've been selling you. You think you're the one with the problem. You're the one that is,
After
you
that
know,
is
breaking
done,
a contract, you know,
Yeah.
did everything wrong, had all these crimes, and that's the reason that you are no longer saving a world. And
yeah, you end up thinking everything was your fault.
You know, I never.
And you're the most horrible person in the world. That's why even decades later, I did not even think I had been raped. I blamed it on myself. I mean, it's you don't have people to talk to.
Right.
Because you don't even want to reach out.
Right.
You don't want to do anything wrong.
Right.
Because you don't.
You're scared. You don't want to. I
You
don't want to get other
PTSD.
people involved.
You don't
with
want
that.
anymore.
You don't want to bring other people into
away.
it. People they don't believe you.
and then you're trying to put it away. You're not trying to resuscitate
Like the
it. You're
girl
not
that-
trying to bring it up.
You did a thing today with the young lady that was like, I just want to live. I don't want. I could say a lot of the black lady, the African American lady. She was like, I know so much shit. I saw so much shit.
Yeah.
I just want to move on. I don't want to live in that. I have a quick question. What made me come to think of it? I've been watching you so much these past few days. It's been really informative. It's like so. For example, the whole P. Diddy thing. Cassie, this happened to her a decade ago. But they had an area where they were open to not the moratorium until the end of the year, where you could go as an adult to bring your accuser to justice. You were a criminal. You had this. You guys are saying that this happened to you. How come you guys can't go and tell the authority that this happened and that they do an investigation? Like, what's
Well, the
difference?
statutes of limitation were lifted in New York. There was a look-back window in New York and California. My abuse happened in Florida. So Florida hasn't opened a look-back window.
Does it matter if it's inside the building in Florida or inside the building in California or inside in New York? It's the cult, you know. It's that. This is.
Well,
what
it's the
they do.
trafficking. It's like it's again, and then and these people again. It's like if people go, oh, P Diddy. It's like the network of these people. This is P Diddy times 500. There's 500x the P Diddy's inside of this place because
Yeah, see, the
this is
scapegoat for, which is the crazy thing. Who is David Miscavige's scapegoat? You know that he gets to stay on top.
Everybody.
But
Every
there's an entire network of enablers. None of this happens in a vacuum. Epstein didn't happen in a vacuum. Nickelodeon didn't happen in a vacuum. The troubled teen industry didn't happen in a vacuum. None of these things have happened in a single shred of vacuum. Everything has been set up. The people that are doing it. They're committed. They're implicated. It's called they become part of the conspiracy. And before they know it, that's what they do.
Thank God for all of this, though. What a
Heck
difference.
yeah.
Hey
You
there.
know,
I saw you
people need
tonight.
to take accountability and come out and tell what they did wrong. You know, and invite. Like, I'm inviting anybody I harmed to contact me at FedUp. What is my? I'll figure out. We'll post it, attach it to your thing. But this is what needs to happen. People need to have open communication,
That's right.
take accountability, and be kind. And might disagree, and there might be a lot of pain, but that's what people need to start having these conversations.
And believe what people are saying. That was my biggest
Absolutely.
thing to overcome, and still is. People don't want to believe you. It's like, why do people always?
It doesn't even matter if they want to
believe
believe us or not. Everything was recorded inside these buildings. So you know what? They did us a solid there. If you think P. Diddy, that was full of cameras, what is it? Hidden cameras. Who had hidden cameras? Epstein. Who had hidden cameras? Scientology. Who has hidden cameras? P. Diddy. It's all about the blackmail. And these people kept, on top of the video recordings, copious notes of every single session. No one has to believe us. They recorded it all. And just like that, they thought, oh, if we record it all, then we're not being criminal. Wrong.
It's their
Wrong.
and being used against them. Like, they thought they were going to get this to blackmail you. Well, look, it's
And
going to
even
flip
the
the
stuff
script.
like the OW write-ups, they keep every, overs and withholds are like the sins. You have to write down time, place, form, event, and you have to tell them everything about it. And if your needle doesn't float afterwards, you go and dig up some more OWs, and it's like they keep everything. And not only that, every person has a very long, what is it called, life history. And it literally every sexual thing you've ever done in your life is on there. Everything.
And every
everything about
Scientologist
you.
has one of those?
No,
A life history,
that's
or
not
every
when they're
Sea
going
Org
into
member?
Sea Org. And they're going
Okay.
into Sea Org, but anyone that wants to get service inside of these hotels has to go through an A to J check. That's something that no one can skip. If it doesn't matter if you're 12, you're going to be asked, have you committed any felonies for which you have not been arrested? 11-year-olds get asked that, 12-year-olds get asked that, 8-year-olds get asked that. If you're going to go and get a service there, they need to make sure you qualify through that. So they're already data mining a ton of stuff like that. But to really qualify for the Sea Org, they need to make sure that no one's going to miss you on the outside world. No one's going to care that you're locked up in here. So they scrutinize every single person in your family.
Absolutely.
Every single person, any connection you have to the outside world is highly scrutinized.
Yep.
And
And if
it's
gonna be
all...
problematic, they don't necessarily want you.
Yeah, they're always into crisis managing everything. That's why everything is kept under wraps, because every single thing is being crisis managed. They're going through the file, they're going through the data, and the data is always being used against the person that's so-called volunteering for them. I mean, imagine that they don't give an F. They're like, it's a one-sided relationship. They're getting benefits from you being there, but they pitch it to you as like, oh, you aren't you so lucky? Many are called, few are chosen. That's what they told us. Like,
And you know
oh,
what I love? They have this motto as we come back. Yeah, motherfuckers, we do. We're back.
There you go. There you go.
And we're going to start holding you accountable.
So if someone came out, like if someone through this movement, they actually came out and then they went to the local authorities and said, this is what happened right now. So no statute of limitations, it's right now. Is that going to be what it takes?
well, that's what it took last time when the FBI did raid. Somebody did come out and said, oh, I was kidnapped.
Scientology, that are part of the Danny Masterson horror story.
Well, look, we don't know. Nobody has a clue what HSI and the FBI or any other federal authorities are doing, right? So all of that is happening in whatever. Like, are we raising awareness? Yes. Are they working on it? Well, they better. They can show us that Jeffrey can record things. P. Diddy can record things. They can show us the literal business model of trafficking is what it's called. You can call it Scientology. You can call it Nickelodeon. You can call it P. Diddy. You can call it Epstein. Call it whatever the hell you want. You end up locked in a room with cameras, video recording what's going on, using that information against the end user, and then compromising everyone within the network.
A great thing everybody can do is spread the hashtag. No more kids Scientology.
That's right.
That's
Kids cannot consent.
Keep the
Make
same
that. Tell people about it.
repetition.
Just keep it up. Comment,
consistency.
like.
Those are the most vulnerable victims inside of these hotels right now. And the problem is that ever since we left being abused as minors, not a single guardrail has been put up to what they did to us. Like nothing has changed. Nothing has been made better. Nothing has been made less. If anything, they've gone more extreme. Everything is more closed up.
The young children. I haven't seen any physical
One of my
kids in the
friends
last
is-
2 months that I've been out here.
Oh no, we catch him all the time. At Easter, there were all kinds of kids coming out. I mean, and you guys catch, like somebody was there here yesterday. Like kids are part of. I mean, kids cannot not be part of it. Your parents bring you. Your parents say, "Yeah, this is for you." Imagine like they go through these unthinkable, disgusting practices, and they go, "This is suitable for all children because they're gonna have a religious experience." They aren't having a shred of religious experience. It's all a complete and utter abomination. And they need to wake the F up. They need to stop being cradled and canoodled and told that they're doing great and, oh, you just can do whatever in the hell you want. You cannot. Ruby Franke and Rodi Hildebrandt, therapist. Okay, she can be a therapist, but if she's committing aggravated child abuse, which is a felony, then it doesn't matter that she's calling it, oh, I was getting the devil out of him. You were torturing a child. Get over yourselves. Like, it doesn't matter what you call it. You can speak all these terms and euphemisms to launder what you're doing, to purport that you're practicing a religious thing, but it's not how it works for the children. We would know. We were there. Nobody spoke up for us. Everyone pretended this is all normal.
Entity has failed here. Where's social services?
Yeah.
Where, LAPD, Crimes Against Children Unit. I mean, we can go on and on and on. And I think the more people are holding the authorities accountable, the more
I mean,
everybody speaks
I'm
out.
a mandated reporter. I just had to call for a woman who I'm dealing with, who they took her kid, and we're protesting next week at the Pomona courthouse. But same thing, I called, Department of Child and Family Services. I'm a mandated reporter. They did nothing.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's what I do. Like,
Yeah. I know. And it's like,
they don't
It has
listen
to
because
change.
it's so corrupt from
It
the
is.
level. I mean, from the highest
and
level.
anybody who thinks that LAPD
But it can
isn't
change.
corrupt,
It will change.
I mean,
right?
there's probably some really nice officers there, but the system is extremely corrupt. Who
Oh,
they
yeah.
choose to ally themselves with. Otherwise, they wouldn't have returned child after child after child back into the Sea Org when they were obviously distraught, malnourished. I mean, these kids had haunted eyes. That's
that
why
young
I
man
had,
that
I
you
had to
spoke
get
with
out
looked
of.
like that. He looked.
Yeah.
He was so.
That was the main
That was-
reason I started, like,
The
I
other
can't
day?
be here. Is because the kids, the haunted look in their eyes.
Scientology's a cult. Scientology's a cult. They traffic children.
Run while you can!
The SPTV Foundation can help.
You guys are not supposed to just be sitting there looking at me without saying.
Oh, us?
No.
They're just. I probably am in the way. Sorry.
No, it's all good.
Oh, is that an
Oh,
OT
you're good.
briefcase with the super classified material?
Yeah,
That's right. I like it.
OT briefcase.
On your back. That's great.
I've been
Nice.
sick. I'm just better now. I've been sick for 2 weeks, so I haven't been out. So I've been crafting and trying to come up with stuff that I can do from home. Being online every day and sending out to 3,500 people that I have on my social media accounts, and then friends of friends, all over, just messaging. I mean, my inbox is crazy. Created a new email trying to spread the word.
I would like to thank every single person who's spoken out, especially Serge and his mods. They are the ones that have given me.
Well, he's got a good. I mean, you have a great voice, Serge. Like when I speak in the third person, you're not standing here, but the people who he's connected with, you know what I mean? It's just watching over the last couple of days, having the actual time to flip through and go through YouTube and see the audience that it's reaching, and that person's connecting, and then you hear this person talking about that person. Everyone's sharing their information. It's like wildfire, right?
Yeah.
Spreading like wildfire.
So anyway, I do want to thank everybody who's participating.
Tell me your name again.
Karen.
And what's your
Miller.
channel again? Did you say?
I haven't started it yet, but it's K's in the house. But
K's
it's
in the
K,
house.
no
Right on.
apostrophe S in the house, because nobody wants a Karen in the house. K's in the house.
Love it.
Gotcha.
KS in the house. All
Yep.
KS in the house.
Yeah.
Okay. Awesome.
Thank you.
Well,
So
yeah,
nice
we're
to
out
meet
here a
you.
lot if you ever want to join us, and thank you for coming out tonight. Thank you for sharing your
Absolutely.
story.
Yeah, when I'm in town, I'll be back.
You don't
Heck
live
yeah.
here now currently. You
No,
live in another place.
Seattle.
Somewhere. Oh,
Gotcha.
really?
well, RTC already is on to me.
Oh, well, they know where we
They
all
already
live.
know.
Newsflash, they know where we all live. They know everything
no,
about us.
They've known for a while. They've been calling me. So
I have family up there, Bremerton and Antioch and some other island. Can't think of
San Juan, Woodby,
no,
uh,
right outside of Seattle. It's where Gates lived. But
oh, God, I'm having serious brain
Yeah, it doesn't
fog right
matter.
now. I'm still a little jittery.
I bet.
Right.
Yeah.
And there will be people who will be disconnected from me. Like I do still have friends who are in, and
Well, you know
I
what?
love
Get as
you
much information.
guys, and I'm sorry if you feel like you have to disconnect. So be it. You need to make the right choice.
How long have you been out? Yes.
So I got out of the Sea Org in '91, and then another like 4-5 years maybe. My ex-husband, where his family was in, and
That happened with you
Yeah.
too, Serge, right? You got out of the Sea Org, but you still stayed in, or did you get out and just be gone?
No, I mean, your family's compromised. You're still in the
So it's like
mindset. You have the words in your head. Like, you cannot undo that out of your head because the culture's
takes a
inside of you.
while.
You're still thinking with
It's
those
ingrained.
words.
Yeah.
You cannot, your whole life you've gone analyzing everything through these fake euphemisms. So you still your mind continues feeding you that wrong BS.
like postulates. That's a great one that took forever. Like, oh my God, I must have postulated this. Meaning, I put it there and made it happen, right? Oh, my tire went flat. Did I postulate that? Did I make it happen? I mean, it's
Someone tried that with me. My tires have been slashed and popped and nails put in it.
Well, these
Oh, you're
very
just
dirty.
paranoid. I'm like, whatever.
They play dirty. You know, I'll have a new website out about me soon, I'm sure, but they can kind of go fuck themselves. I really
Nobody's
don't
paying
care.
attention to them. They're total goons. They're not. They're just not. Nobody cares.
Yeah, they don't get
about
very
them.
good views when they try, I've noticed.
Yeah,
They're
I
not
mean,
scary.
They're not good. The people at the top are not good people. You know, I'm sure there's people who went in there that, like, they might be salvageable, but what we're really concerned about is no more kids in Scientology.
Right. Their old tactics don't work. They're like, that car's been sitting there with its headlights on, shining its light bright at us since I've been standing here, and that's what they do. Like, they follow you and try to scare you. Nobody's afraid of you guys anymore. No one's afraid of OSA. No one's afraid
What
of
car
Talon
is the
Security or
headlights
Brickhouse
on? What?
Security or whoever else.
What?
They're goons.
They are. They're
And it's-
total
and,
goons.
you
No one's
know,
afraid. I moved in
I don't
99
think-
around the corner from
Been
the
a little
Suburban
bad at
Center.
the end of the day.
That
It's
was
not
scary.
gonna be us who are telling the truth.
Yeah.
You know, I'll be honest about everything. It's going to be these people who are committing crimes all the time and getting away with it.
You guys don't know about it, right? This comes from the top, then they subcontract. I'm like a builder designer, right? So I'm like, who do I get my subs? Like when I'm going to do a project, I'm like, who's going to do the plumbing? Who's going to do the carpentry? Who's going to do the roof? You know what I mean? So you sub it all out. So they don't really know the people who are in the Sea Org as everyday persons, right? It comes like from the top, and then
Because there's a few people over there.
there's like,
Sure, it's all right.
so like I feel like they don't even really know like what we're talking about. Like I followed a van around the other day.
Compartmentalized. Like, for, you know, when...
It's compartmentalized, but yet the audits of Scientology, that's what Scientology is audits. And audits is data mining, and they find out all the information. So they're always knowing everything. Somebody's always knowing everything about everybody inside of those places, and the people that are gathering this information just have no ethics, like literally
Like
no
the worker
ethics.
bees that are out following and fair gaming and stalking and calling and
Oh, those guys-
those
those-
people are
yeah.
hired by other people. Like they,
Well, and especially now. I mean, they used to have them not hired, but now to have this plausible deniability after Mary Sue Hubbard got indicted and convicted, then they went, oh, we just have to put some,
Yeah.
you know,
They find people who are willing to do it.
oh yeah, it's sad. Some of the degenerate people like from Narconon that are, you know, they're drug and rehab, alcohol rehab, you know, people who aren't mentally well or people who, it's horrible the
Well,
way
they
prey
take
on the weak.
advantage of the weak. They're manipulators. They're abusers. It's not going to change how they're always going to deal with people the same way. They're out for their bottom line. Who can we silence? How can we best silence them? Let's go about it.
Let the kids get out and then maybe we'll shut the fuck up, you know? Let the kids go and stop and go like you always say, Serge. 21, 18, whatever, go do that with your own life, leave the children alone. But how do you separate? I mean, you got parents that are going in there and putting their children in through this stuff. Like, how does that cycle stop, right? That's the
Hopefully,
crazy
legally,
part.
Well, again, a convicted felon
Legally,
cannot be
yes, I
taken
would hope so,
seriously.
'cause there's
Like,
a couple of lawsuits right now that are specifically about the fair game activity. Both Leah
no, I
Remini's
know.
lawsuit
Yeah,
and
yeah.
the Bixler v. Scientology,
I
the
mean,
Danny Masterson victims,
it's-
their
Well-
lawsuit too.
it's obviously extremely detrimental to a child's well-being being Scientology or have any Scientology processing. So, you know, hopefully we can figure out a way. to
and
make
start
it
calling out the
legal.
Scientology parents. It's
Yeah,
like there's no law that says call out parents that are doing stuff that is abusive. Like, no, if you thought it was a great idea, then you know what, it isn't.
not.
So check it out again.
That's, I mean, that's why they made, like, there's Sea Org, they're not allowed to procreate, right? That's like one of the rules. If you're in the Sea Org, they wanted to, you know, get rid of that problem by having the Sea Org.
Well, the
members
Sea
not
Org
allowed
is
to-
just how they're making money, so that they don't want any distractions. Like they're not
kids.
interested in it.
welfare.
They just don't care. They just, you know, they'll take underage kids to work them to become their slaves, but that's why none of these buildings can really be
Where do
operable.
kids go to school?
Like,
Where,
I can
like,
wait,
they used to go over here behind that gate,
I don't know where
right,
there's a
for years.
bathroom.
Like,
All
All right,
50
we're
kids at once.
we're
You
walking
want-
in a
It's
circle.
cold.
You want to, yeah.
Because it's too cold.
They don't go to
You don't have
school
to go.
after a
I feel like
certain
we have
point.
to
No, I'm
infiltrate them,
freezing.
though.
Yeah, do you want to go get warmed
Yeah,
up?
let's
Bye,
work.
guys.
Okay,
Bye.
bye.
Nice meeting you. I'm gonna walk
Nice-
this way. You as
guys are
well.
taking a
Oh my
walk,
God,
taking
I'm
a
so
lap.
happy.
All right.
Yeah, my,
Walk it off. Walk it off.
it's freezing, you guys. Ah, it's freezing.
I think that car's been following us.
That truck?
No, that's what that was.
Oh.
And if you tell her that, she'll go chasing.
Sounds good.
A Karen that's left.
Thank you guys for listening to that. Yeah, it's great to have her story.
Figure out a way to help solve this. I always think about when you say Sturgis, it's not a matter
Because it doesn't feel like it.
I've said it many times in your lives whenever I pop in there about how much I appreciate it. It makes a very big difference to me.
Thank you. I don't know what to say. I just show up. That's it. I just walk around. In my thing. We want to change people. I'll let them stop either.
You may have headed out, I'm not sure.
Well, it's not even. You know, I just do it. It's not even a question.
You like how they
Thank you, Australia.
guys like how they kicked my car in? I didn't really care.
Oh my god.
Yeah. My window got broken. My passenger window's shattered. Like, not shattered, but it's like it's got a
Was it
big
here or
spider.
just happened?
It happened like last week.
Were you like at the building now?
I noticed it after, like, I'm like, what the hell? So I don't know when.
They damaged your car.
Someone just kicked it in while I was here. I think they get mad because I literally don't care. Every time like they put like a nail in my tire, I'm like, I got a nail, guys.
So my God, I just
Don't
got
care.
my white car out of the shop. So I have a person who will do it. If your insurance, he won't charge you your deductible. If you need it to get it fixed.
What's a deductible for a tire?
Well, insurance.
Your insurance.
Oh, you put tires through insurance?
No, you can put anything for your car insurance.
I don't know how this
But
stuff
no,
works.
this didn't. The body work.
Oh,
Not
it's
the tires.
oh, see, I'm
Oh, they
not.
thrashed the back. They thrashed my car. We just got a car shop.
Oh,
And then they did my tires the day I picked it up.
they got a Dan.
What are you guys saying? Thank you guys. I know. Let's keep walking, keep walking. Keep walking.
Yeah. Got it.
It's freezing. West Coast demolition. Scientology company unlocked.
The good thing about this is us streaming is like we're not gonna stop till they stop, so we're not gonna stop. We're gonna keep going. So like that kid, right?
Mhm.
Was he sent to like speak to us, or what's exactly? Because I know he wasn't just walking around because nobody really does that. So he said he's taking some courses.
I mean, it was weird because like, and then at first he started saying he wasn't a Scientologist, and that's what was really giving him away. Like, wait, you said you were not? Because like at first he was just trying to be like, oh no, I'm not. I'm just trying to have a conversation with you, and then he kind of flipped his script about it. So that was pretty telling. That, you know, like, why did you say that you were not a Scientologist? Like what? Like you first say you're not, and then you really are. Like he just, I mean. They're lying about everything, right? So when they're lying about everything, they're gonna slip because everything, all they can do is put up a show. And when you know what they're doing, they can't really defend it because, and again, they've never been confronted with any of these issues because they're so certain that everything they're doing is amazing. But you know what? It is not that amazing. It really isn't that amazing.
Unless somebody says something insanely bad.
So it was a consent then.
I mean, I can't say. I can't get in his head, but he could be, I don't know, like, because the weird thing is he was on the other side of the street. That's, like, if he wanted to just go on course, that's what's weird, you know? Like,
Because they don't do that anymore. They'll just tell him to go inside too, right?
well, and then the fact that two people came and got him, you would think that if he was really sent, then they wouldn't have really sent him.
Put him out there.
You see what I'm saying? And then it's like, I mean, the fact that they would show that they physically bring people into the, I mean,
that was
they're just
bad PR move. He's in trouble.
Well, yeah, and like I said, she must have been the ethics officer or something like that because he responded immediately once he was like, oh, hell no, now I have to go. He was like, oh, hell no. I better obey now.
What were you thinking when you saw that? You just saw all the children, like, gone through the same things, or like...
When I saw him?
Yeah, when you saw that video.
I mean, it just reminded me of, like, the problem that we're talking about. And then just seeing him being so confident that, no, this is great for me. It's like, you know, when I was going through this bullshit, like, I thought it was great for me too. Like, there was no way for us to understand that what we were ensnared in was a complete fraud. Like they don't have the knowledge capacity. Like, you've listened to all these adults your whole life. They act very confident, and then that confidence, that con game is contagious. Then everyone's going back to that word, drinking the Kool-Aid. They're all just, okay,
Oh, look, the parking guy. The
Parking! Your favorite, oh no. Zach already left. Zach.
No, I think it actually is. Oh, Zach, this is for you. Parking enforcement.
Parking enforcement.
Mr. Sir?
Mr. Sir. Oh, Zach is not going to be happy. Zach, get back over here immediately. This is why Zach left.
Oh.
You able to see Zach's fur?
And my hair, yeah, I got a fur on and insulated.
I know, like it's 56 degrees. I'm freezing.
Insulated leggings and wool socks, and I'm still.
I know.
And I've got Robertson on.
Did you realize when you were doing it at one point, like, this is
Yes. Yes, there's a whole story about that too. And it was actually helpful.
Because I'm sure there's a huge difference with someone like Serge, who's a child, talking to about their parents, as opposed to an adult who goes in.
Yeah, and I thought
you know,
I was told I could have my own nose. I didn't find that out until much later.
You're not bad at ticket.
Human trafficking code.
So would you say, I'm sorry?
Oh, forgot. Yeah. What were we talking about?
I was just saying at one point, like when you were 18, you went in and you knew you were vulnerable when you went in because you lost your 3 friends and people in your life, and then like shortly thereafter, a long time after, we like, wait a second, how do I get out of here?
Guys, I'm not gonna lie, it is pretty cold tonight. It's literally freezing.
They set these little goals.
Oh, DOA's van. Did DOA go to sleep? DOA went to sleep?
He's gone. He's just right there. So he probably is asleep.
He probably hanged up the phone.
K's in the house. K's in the house. K's.
Yeah, we can be in here. It's a form of protesting here.
It's amazing.
So go ahead, you were saying.
No, but like, is there a bed?
Oh, yeah. When I started realizing,
I have hats, I have gloves, I have all that stuff, you guys. Look.
And then there was at one point, Dave Miscavige decided he didn't want to, because the kids had, they had family time. So they would go, I think it was at dinner.
For an
They would
hour.
have an hour with the kids. And then that was her policy in the family time. The kids were they already looked malnourished and you know,
Neglected.
Yeah,
They were straight
absolutely.
up neglected. God, it
After that, the haunted look in
I
her
know,
eyes,
Marina.
it just killed
know.
me.
You'll never forget that.
No, I will never forget that. And that's when I was like,
Give me a.
this is not okay. This is wrong. Yeah, he's an asshole. I know him personally. He's got the biggest ego and thinks he's all that. He's a dick.
He's creepy. He fucking confronted me one day. I was sitting at the nail shop and he came walking right up to my car. Didn't think I knew who he was, and I just looked at him and fucking gave him a dirty look and walked right by. This was when it all first started happening.
Yeah.
He thought he was slick. This is in the valley.
Yeah. And he
And you're from New Jersey. You shouldn't be cold. Yeah. All right.
Go shake the man. How many times can you? I feel bad. I would if it was like Chris or something, but I feel bad. I don't want to wake up the away. If it was Chris, I'd go and break the window in.
I'm trying to get framed up for a good selfie that I can screenshot.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, no, you're good. You can be in there.
kind of like in RTC, and there were different positions, like international. Just achieved there was Midoff. What was Ray Midoff?
Senior CSint.
Okay, and then but anyway, there were
There's,
different.
like, checks
there
and
was,
balances,
like,
so
a
it was
hierarchy,
kind
and
of-
then, like there was a checks and balances, and then DM was at the top. But there was a person to go to for all the different things, right?
Until there wasn't.
And then he
Did away
just
with
went crazy and got rid of everybody, and he's a horrible human being, and he
Yeah, we know this.
doesn't care as long as his agenda is
How
met.
much fucking money does the guy need? How much power does the guy need? How many
Billions of
buildings
dollars
of empty buildings
apparently,
do you
and
need?
lots of buildings.
Like, there's so much that he could do in this world and be even more of a billionaire. Like, he's so stupid. He's really ignorant.
Yeah, he's just.
Because if he was smart, he wouldn't do it this way. Because this is not going to last. This is done. This model
yeah.
is done. However long it takes,
Yeah.
it is the beginning serious.
Yeah.
And I know he's probably thinking, oh, well, this has been protested for years, for 30, 40 years we've had, but not to this level, not the way it is now, not with the Gen Zs, not with the
I
technology.
don't think he's a complete idiot. He's probably sees the writing on the wall, but he's gonna keep on saying we're winning more than everything. He's gonna kind of
Yes,
be
I
the
am,
Charlie
Mark. I
Sheen
am getting the sniffles.
that's high and
We have to go to the car.
screaming,
I'm
"We're winning."
freezing. I think
Walk,
we
yeah,
have to
yeah,
go.
All right, you guys.
Nice
Bye.
talking.
Thank you for
Ciao.
letting me chat with
Bye.
you. Nice to meet you. Bye. Be safe, guys.
Yeah, I'm beyond frozen, you guys.
I know, me too.
And I tried to be as equipped as I could.
Jeez.
Like you said, leggings and
I know.
scarves and beanies and fur coats. Well, faux fur.
Yes, it
Faux fur.
It is.
How do you say it?
Faux fur.
Faux fur. Faux fur.
Wait, which is a mouthful. The wind's really whipping tonight.
It is just.
Oh, that smells so good.
Oh, I know that smells so amazing.
Oh my God. That is the one thing back here. The air is so sweet. And I just love. I know it's crazy, but it's like a flower aroma, almost like a Tahitian gardenias.
I think we just got a security guard over here. Yep. Look at that, you guys.
On a bicycle.
Uh-huh. Trying to hide and shit. No, they're such cowards. Like, go hide. Go forward. Yeah, there he is.
That's state. Oh, God. I mean, wearing masks and stuff. I mean, that's where it's.
Look at the parking guy, you guys. He's just going at every. It's making money. Make it rain. Make it rain.
Show me the money.
$68 every time he pops someone here.
Is it?
That's how, yeah. They pretty much start at $68, their
So,
tickets here.
Do you guys sell the Robertsons sweatshirts?
Yeah.
Show them my sweatshirt. It's so adorable. That Michael created.
Yeah. I think he's got it on Digital Candyland.
Hey, and were we gonna talk about or give people the information about the IRS protests?
Yeah, what is the information?
Let me look it up. on my
I
phone.
saw it in someone's community tab. I don't know whose.
I think Nora posted it.
Nora?
But, I mean,
The IRS is getting protested, you guys.
yay! And we have some amazing people behind that. Let me see. Here we go.
We're protesting their enablers.
Hold on, I'm reading. Just give me a second. Okay. Let me see. You're invited. Protest Scientology, Los Angeles, IRS. 300 North Los Angeles Street. And when is April 9th is practice. April 17th, official. April 24th is the final attempt at 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. So can we attach this like as a pinned comment on this live stream?
Sure.
And then that way people can go there and look.
Yeah.
Good. Yes, we will do that.
Yeah, we
IRS
have to
needs stop
protest the
this.
enablers.
Yep.
The enablers of the trafficking. There's another trafficking van right there.
They're all over LA.
Do you want to drive ICC just to kind of see it?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, no, our hands and our noses are about to fall off. Yeah.
You're welcome, Marina. Oh my gosh. Are all of our mods here today? Oh,
They stayed up for you.
they're amazing. We have, it's not we, but they're my friends too. The best mods. Serge's mods are so dedicated and amazing, amazing human beings. I appreciate you guys.
Turn on the heater. Yes, Glenn. Thank you.
There.
Thank you,
Full
Mark.
blast. Is that too loud though? That's pretty loud. Let me see. Oh, it's only on there. Where's the net?
Thank you, Titi.
Okay.
A lot of people thanking you for sharing your story.
Thank you guys for being here and supporting Serge. It's so important.
You have 116 subscribers already. Yay!
Oh, I do? Wow, that's amazing. Thank you. And a little bit terrifying. I don't, really don't know
No,
how to-
you did. I mean, all you have to do is communicate. There's no,
Yeah.
there's no rhyme or reason to anything.
I can only just be who I am and,
Exactly.
you know.
So to go to Celebrity Center, you're gonna
Oh.
turn. There's
Back to the
disgusting
light.
L. Ron Hubbard Way. Right there.
That's L. Ron Hubbard Way back there or down here?
No. Back there. You're gonna go left
It's changed so
on
much.
Vermont.
This has changed a lot. I mean, I haven't been back here
Thank you, Mark.
in 30 years.
Thank you, Darius. Thank you, Glenn. You guys are freezing too? Oh my god.
It's really cold. Okay, now we're just keeping this lane.
Just keep it, yeah.
Okay.
Thank you, Titi. Karen is brave and amazing. This community supports you. Yay.
Goodness, who said that? That's really, really nice. Thank you.
Thank you, Mudskeeper. Naomi. It snowed in your house today.
What? It snowed in her house? This is such a cool street.
Thank you, Kelly. Australia is behind you.
Oh, who said that? That's wonderful.
It's hard to read when
Yeah.
it's in the car.
Do you need the light?
I don't know that it's gonna make it better, to be honest.
Is that how?
No. Oh, actually, Franklin. Well, you should have gone here,
Oh
but
yeah, I should. Duh.
yeah, we'll just whatever.
I'll go left here.
Yeah. So how was Cece when you first got to Cece?
I
Here, let's
loved
lower
it.
it.
I mean,
When you-
okay, I guess I have to qualify that. I hadn't been in Scientology that long, so not a lot of bad stuff had happened to me. And
But how did it look?
oh, it was cool. I thought it was cool because I love old buildings and castle-like things. I thought it was really interesting, and there was a lot going on back then. I mean, there was like poetry readings and
Left.
there was always something going on every night. I was actually really good friends with both David Pomerantz and Jeff Pomerantz.
Who are they?
So David Pomerantz is the singer that sings "We Stand Tall" and a lot of it.
Ew.
Yeah.
I hate that song.
I know it. Gaga Meg it, right?
Gag.
So, and then Jeff Pomerantz was, I don't even know if he's still alive. I haven't checked in. But he is. If you guys go to like, they have a website, like who's a Scientologist, or they're like, this guy's a Scientologist. They're both on there. So Jeff used to, like, I think he was on like almost every daytime soap opera, Days of Our Lives and all of this. And he's the voice at the events
Okay, got it.
that David Miscavige can't stand.
Yeah, got it.
That's Jeff. And there was always something good happening. John Travolta would walk in and out of there. I mean, it was kind of a hopping place. So
Yeah, John Travolta used to come into Celebrity Center all the time
Yeah.
back in the day, you guys, to be handled, to
Oh.
get his ethics in.
actually, I'll tell you guys something. I've never heard anybody talk about this, but they had to handle John Travolta to get back in. So when I was there in '87, he had just been handled. At least this is the gossip around Cece at the time, is that he'd been on lines. He had like this huge ARC break, which was huge upset, and he had to be handled to come back on lines. And he had some severe disagreements with what was going on in the church at the time.
In the cult.
Yeah, thank you. Old habits die hard, I guess that's what I'm humming.
Oh, it's just
Brain
programming. We were
washing.
programming to say a church, and we were stuck at a
Yeah,
hotel.
it could never be.
Imagine, like, what type of hotel is a church?
And there's nothing church about it. There's just, it's so horrible.
It's a cult.
Guys. It is just, most people don't, I think to survive talking about it, you know, you kind of have to laugh, or you're just at some things. And so people tend to not focus on the things that are really atrocious that happen. But
Yeah.
no child should ever be exposed to this. It is soul destroying. And, you know, Serge and I are still dealing with it. You know, still dealing with the repercussions of having gone through some.
You never stop dealing with those repercussions, you guys. You always have to, you're just gonna be on recovery. Like, you just have to accept, come to full acceptance of the facts, come to full acceptance of the reality.
You learn to love yourself. I mean, that took me until like 5 years ago. I finally learned how to love myself, and I think that's like the most difficult thing, because you just feel like the most worthless piece of shit after they're done with you. And I feel sorry for the people who are at the beginning of this journey, because especially if they're not willing to get therapy. It's so crucial that people get therapy. It really is. And it's because of Surge.
So here.
You want me to take
No,
a left?
no.
Take a right?
I'm just saying, I'm
Oh,
showing
I know
you.
Yeah, I see it.
I'm showing you. Do you want to go
Yeah.
to La Poubelle or no?
Sure.
So you're gonna park up there. Maybe here around the corner.
Yeah. This is where it all began.
This is where DOA got arrested. DOA got arrested when we got swatted over here.
Jeez. I wonder if I can. Is that a parking spot? No.
No, you're gonna have to look. So. This exact place is where DOA got
Really?
arrested. Yeah.
Oh man. I mean, I don't even know what to say about this stuff. But I can say I seriously appreciate every comment that people make. There's so many people who support from all over the world, and I just find it so amazing. And it really does help. I think, a lot of people who are. Can I park there? No. A lot of people who are, trying to figure out if they're going to come out and share their story. That's a parking spot, isn't this?
No.
Nope. Well, damn. Seeing the way that people are reacting to Surge and to other survivors, that's how people decide if they're going to come out. That helped me. And so I think it's amazing that people.
Courage is
tune in.
contagious, you guys. Get some
Yeah.
courage and cut the chain, cut the ties, cut the
Yeah.
toxicity, wake the F up,
And no, there's
and
gonna
start
be
changing
people-
your life. Start
There's-
changing
yeah.
it. Like, you deserve it.
There are people
You
here to
deserve
catch
better. You
There-
deserve better.
This is the SPTV Foundation now, and
And all of you that tune in to understand more about what we're advocating against and what needs to change on an immediate basis. Plenty of people out there have shown us that, yes, everything we've said, park at Gelson's.
huh?
Park at Gelson's. We're not going to be here long anyways.
Okay,
You can grab something from Gelson's if you want.
absolutely. I've got stuff to get from Gelson's.
You do? Okay.
Yeah. Oh wait, there's a spot right there. Yeah, I don't know if they still have this wonderful soap, but I'm gonna go see if they do. We can look afterwards or whatever. What do you want to do? You want to stay warm and go shopping, or do you want to
Yeah,
just go straight out?
You can go grab whatever you need now.
Okay.
And then we're gonna just make a pit stop here at La Pupu Caca Bell.
Friendly face.
Did they have some winter gear? Exactly. Any what? Hot food?
Hot food. That's okay. I need to buy some hot tea. You want anything? Thirsty?
Let's see, what do they have?
I don't know, but I want a chocolate chip cookie.
Chocolate chip
I'm
cookie.
just dying for a chewy chocolate chip cookie.
Let's see. Ice cream, I don't know. Napkin, soap. Didn't you say you needed soap?
Yeah, if they've got it.
It's over here. Cookie.
Nope, that's fine.
We're gonna get her a cookie, you guys. We're gonna figure out if there's any kind of chocolate chip cookie here. A brownie or a cookie? Oh my god, this is freezing. More freezing. We're right by the freezers. Oh, here, this is the cookies. We're at the cookie section, you guys. This serves 100 cookies.
Peanut butter cups.
Which ones are the ones you like? Oh, those, Justin's. Is that what you want? What about the cookie? You didn't want the cookie?
Yeah, but
There's nothing.
packaged. They're not going to be gooey. A nice gooey chocolate.
Yeah.
This will work.
Okay. Burr.
I know, right? What was that ice cream we had at your house the other night? That was so good.
Oh, that's yeah. I didn't know. I didn't have any.
I know. I did. It was like a toffee something. Toffee cookie.
Hold on, you guys. Hold on. Oh no, I'm sure he's still. Chocolate chip cookie, ice cream sandwich. No, it's freezing, you guys.
I love those though, yeah.
Karen, somebody loves your jacket.
I'm always freezing. I think it's
Yeah, these are the take cookies. You want mini chocolate chip cookies?
why not? I'll throw that in.
They're not gooey though. I don't know if you need them. They're not gooey. Oh, that's what you want. Chocolate chunk cookie.
Yes.
There you go. Exactly, little baby sized cookies.
Hi. What do you, I was going to say, do you want me to put your number in? But that's probably not a good thing to
I don't even have one for here.
You need a bag? Yes. I have
A Reader's Digest. Special pets issue, you guys. Happy reunion tales. A police dog's valor. My horse, the painter. What happens to all the stuff we return? Look, you know you're in LA when you can read the truth about carbs, prevention, walk off.
I got 2 loaves of bread, 9 years in LA. You get used to it.
Right?
Yeah. 9 arms back in. That's a natural process affairs. Okay.
All right, guys. Well, I can't tell you how long we're gonna be out here because it is freezing. But oh, that's right.
You want some chocolate?
Chocolate, yes. Perfect.
I can't eat all this alone.
You won't.
Okay.
No, I need chocolate right now.
The chocolate or coffee?
So good.
Oh my god. That's really good.
You want to put the bag there? Oh my God, you guys. Heaven on earth right here. Heaven on earth.
Oh my god.
It's like a new life.
This is ridiculously good. I'm really glad I picked this. Of course, it's not my favorite. Lindt Lindor chocolate. That's the best. I wonder how many people agree with that. Swiss chocolate's the best.
The first place that she was brought to get trafficked right there. This
Yep.
was her first stop.
And they make sure you're paired up with other people.
It
Yeah.
didn't last long though.
No, it didn't. I got out relatively quick.
That pupil is so tacky, I can't. Tackiness, la pubelle, la putaki. Oh shit. Ah. Sorry, you guys. I have the music raging so that we literally get striked. So I had to move away from there.
Got 2 million views.
2 million views on what?
TikTok. You told the truth, remember at the Scientology?
Oh,
You
nice.
lied or not yet?
Nice.
Yeah, you
Dope.
got me the 2 million.
Damn.
Is that the ice cream place?
Yeah, this
Check
is
the
actually.
TikTok though.
You did?
Yeah.
Send it to me again because I haven't seen it.
Okay.
Okay.
You gonna be happy for the truth.
Yay.
I need to use the restroom.
They don't have one though. You have to go to Gelson's. Oh. I don't think there's any restrooms anywhere except for Gelson's.
Well, all are welcome at the Celebrity Center. Maybe I should go over there.
I mean, I don't know if I want to stay here too long.
Yes, sir.
All right, guys.
1.9 million they got.
Damn.
Exposing the truth.
In my video, you're a legend.
Search fluid up! Put up the TikTok!
Good thing TikTok never took it off because it's our January video.
Damn, they've never taken it off.
That's your channel?
Yeah, that's my channel, Cutsy. I thought it was 2 million already, but it's 1.9. 1.9 is almost 2 million now.
It's still pretty good.
Yeah, I got share.
Amazing.
That's why I tagged you. You deserve it to speak the truth.
Yay.
Remember that day?
Yeah, I do remember it. Yeah.
Yeah, recorded it. Hellcat's tail on you too, the interview though?
Mm-hmm.
That's the best. You're famous, huh?
We're allowed to mute you guys because we're gonna go by the La Pubelle, okay? What?
Dude standing there, isn't that Alice Cooper?
Alice Cooper? Who's that?
The guy that started the violence. That's like spit on.
The one with the blonde hair?
No, the next one.
Oh, really?
Looks like that guy.
Oh. Who knows? Oh, it's too cold, you guys. Literally. I just wanted to take Kate to her old stomping ground.
Yeah. God, it would take a lot of sage to clear all the madness in that place.
So
right?
cold, yeah. Sage? I
For
mean,
those who smudge.
ugh.
Oh yeah. Yucky.
Do you want to try and go to the bathroom?
I
or
can
no?
I can go at your house.
Oh my god, back in the heat.
Not a dire emergency. Oh, did I put the chocolate in my purse? I must have. So good.
Kids.
Okay, which way are we getting out of here?
That way and then,
Okay,
yeah.
take a right.
Yeah.
I need a pillow
A pillow.
so I can see better. This isn't my car. Okay, right. Oh no, left.
Left and then right.
Okay. It hasn't changed as much around here.
No.
Dang, cars are just flying by over here. Okay. The architecture in there is beautiful.
Oh, I'm just so sickened by what's happening there that it's like I can't see past the sickness, you know?
Yeah. No, it's
Sickening.
probably me trying to just focus on something positive.
Layla had an amazing interaction with La Pubelle convince a woman what's up, and she went in and told people, oh, that's great.
That's cool. Was this today?
I think so.
And then remind me where I'm going.
Just straight.
Okay.
This is the haunted Hollywood apartments, you guys, right there.
This is?
Yeah, they're haunted.
Oh, that looks kind of creepy, to be honest.
Yeah.
Was this in a movie? No, it was in a series.
There's little ghosts that live in that building.
What's the name of it?
You know what? Go here left.
Into,
Yeah. No, not into
Okay.
this. We just
go left.
yeah.
There was this really creepy show on TV, I don't know, it was probably 10 years back, that was about a hotel. Kind of reminds me of that one.
You guys are funny.
What are people saying? What's the conversation? I'm usually in there. I'm not accustomed to be on this side of things. Wow!
What?
Oh my God!
What is that kid?
Oh my God!
We literally almost had a kid right out of nowhere, you guys.
Oh my God! That guy just, and he was honking like it was their fault.
Were you ever an actress?
Me?
Yeah.
My mom accused me of being one, but besides that, no. But I did babysit for Karen Black, who was an actress, a Scientologist. If you look her up, she's in a lot of old stuff. She was actually very popular in the 70s. And she was quite literally the most eccentric woman I've ever met. Like, she was... You know who she reminded me of is Karen Carrier a little bit. She was
that's funny.
left. Where are we going?
Straight.
Very.
You're gonna be turning right, coming up. Not now, but
Okay.
just
Yeah, it was. Yeah. Anyway, no, never an actress.
not an actress, you guys. Just played one on the stream.
Except I'm telling the truth.
Exactly.
Right here, straight.
Yeah, you can go right here.
Good, because I haven't been on this street yet. I wanted to see it.
Is that Sebastian?
Huh?
Just kidding.
Oh! Been a long time since I've been on this street. Where's the HGV?
Coming up.
That's what I
Right
thought.
there. You see the yellow?
Oh, yeah.
The gross yellow sign? There it is.
I lived in there at one point, too.
You lived in there? You guys...
I think I lived, yeah.
Did they have... No, I don't think this
No,
was
maybe
living.
not.
No.
Yeah, maybe I worked on
Yeah,
the
you
13th
worked there.
floor. Isn't this
On the
one that-
13th?
Isn't this the one that Charlie Chaplin had an office in?
Probably. This is
Yeah.
the L. Ron Hubbard Museum.
Okay, so count the floors. If it's got 13 floors, and
It looks like it would have 13 floors.
yeah, I was there during a couple of the earthquakes, and there's it's a really, really old building. Underneath the ground, they've got the whole building is on wheels. And so when the earthquakes happened, the whole building, I mean, it was literally going like this. It was terrifying.
Well, and that one's brick, so
Yeah.
it can move for a while before it starts falling apart on them.
it was, and twice it happened to me. Once I was on the 13th floor, and the other time I was actually in an elevator, and that was even more terrifying. Is the elevator gonna crash to the ground?
Oh, here you go. This is it. El Ron Caca. The El Ron Caca exhibit.
Wow.
It's right here. This is the Caca exhibit. That's where David Miscavige midnight set service.
I mean, what kind of strong leader acts like a dirty scoundrel and hides? Like, people should ask themselves that. Like, he acts like a criminal because he is a criminal.
A child trafficker. Oh, here's the LAPD. Hi, LAPD. Welcome to Hollywood, you guys, right there.
And just FYI, like, even people who aren't Scientologists, like in Los Angeles, trying to get help for being stalked and stuff, yeah, good luck. It's yeah, it's really disgusting. If
Was
you can
Karen
get,
Black a Scientologist?
yeah, absolutely.
There you go, you guys. Breaking news. Karen Black.
Big time Scientologist for a long time. And then Kirstie Alley and I think her husband Parker Stevenson. You guys remember him? I never met Kirstie Alley, but I actually right after I moved to CC Celebrity Center. I mean, I was young, I'm 18. You don't always watch where you're going. And the doors at the Celebrity Center, there's a lot of these small French doors. And they've kept it true to the original building, so the doorways can be really
Look,
narrow.
there's the Scientology testing center right over there.
Really? Where?
Coming up on the left. You didn't see Scientology?
Oh, I see it.
Yeah.
Anyway, John Travolta was going out the door as I was going in the door. And I literally didn't see him. So I just plowed into his chest and bounced off. I mean, I'm 5'1", and he's pretty tall.
Oh, yeah.
So I didn't realize who I bumped into.
You're going to be making a left, so
okay.
Whenever.
Right.
You don't have to immediately, but just...
You don't want me to get in the far left?
You don't have to, no.
Okay. So I just bounced off the guy, and I looked up, and it was John Travolta. He's got, or at the time, he had really beautiful blue eyes, and I was just like, oh my God, I'm looking at John Travolta because, you know, I grew up with Grease being a big thing, and I mean, he was a big selling point for a lot of people getting into Scientology.
Absolutely.
And yeah, he didn't, I'm like, I'm sorry. Such a klutz. I hope these celebrities eventually take accountability for saying how wonderful the church is and how they just lie. You know?
It's false advertising,
Yeah.
you guys. Try to make a left here at the
light?
thing, at the light, so we can go behind the testing center.
Sure.
I had no idea that I had a 1.9
That's
million
amazing.
view TikTok.
Who was that guy? I don't know.
Colt E.
Colts E on TikTok, right?
Yeah. I think he has a YouTube also, but that was on his TikTok because that was at the very beginning of.
So Colt or Colts?
I don't know.
Okay. It's so hard to keep up with everybody.
Look at you guys. It's still closed AF over here.
Yay!
All boarded
That is
up.
so awesome. I am so grateful for that. Thank God.
Oh, Cutsy. I'm like Coltsy.
What? Somebody corrected us?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you guys. God, I remember going by these little stores all the time.
These ones right
These
here?
like little souvenir
Well, this
stores
is
and
where you
stuff.
could have been sleeping though.
I think it
'cause
was.
This is
Because
the
it was an
this
old
is the
brick
building. Yeah, this is the old brick building where people sleep.
What's the name of it? Is it?
I
Do you
don't know,
remember
I
the
always
name
call
of
it
this?
the testing center. I was never here as a CERG member.
Jeez, dude. I'm glad you're, yeah, having some good downtime, but I can't hear myself think. It's pretty loud. Does anybody remember the name of the building of the testing center? Anybody?
This is where Mark Headley lived. They're saying
I lived in.
it's called the H for Hollywood Inn. It was called.
Oh, it's the HI.
HI. Yeah.
Okay, that's possible. Because it was brick, and I moved into another execs. I lived in so many different places. It's kind of hard to remember, but it was not very many people lived in it. It was just for some of the execs. Do you want me to slow down?
No, it's fine. It's all closed, you guys. Look at
Wow.
it. And they're still playing their stupid ass music.
Oh, and look
Ugh.
at all the cameras. Do you think 3 cameras on one pole is enough?
Yeah, seriously. Just go all the way to the end and then take a right.
Okay. I mean, can you think of... So here's another thought for people. All of the hate websites they take out on people, like, I'm sure they'll probably, you know, if they even care, like, who is the real Karen Milnor, and, you know, they
don't do that anymore. It's not working. It doesn't do
Really?
anything.
They don't
just
do
look
that
like
anymore?
idiots.
well, they are idiots, but I mean,
They look like idiots. Nobody cares. Nobody reads them.
so they're not doing it anymore? Well, good. That'll be nice. But, I mean, if they do, well, okay, whatever. But just the millions of dollars that they spend on crap like that. All renewing all of the, what do you call that?
They're not spending
Domain
millions
names.
on that. It's
Well,
like, it's
that
something,
and
it's all crisis
PIs.
management. It's just all crisis management.
But I'm like the whole thing, like all the PIs, all the, just,
But yeah, but they have unlimited slush funds. Like, that's not,
am I going that way?
no.
Okay.
They
Yeah,
have
I
just
know.
unlimited slush funds, so
It's just
they
gross.
can do whatever they want.
So gross. And when they could be helping, like, let's say, if they really did want to help anybody, like, think of how many people they could feed.
They don't give a F about feeding anybody.
Oh, I know they don't. In fact, they look down on anybody that can't pay them. And then everybody else is just a degraded being. They're so gross.
Exactly.
Is Chick-fil-A like a California thing? We just started getting them in Seattle, and everybody was freaking out, like, yay, Chick-fil-A.
I don't know. Thank you, Brooke. That's so nice.
How do you see those? Oh my God, they're tiny, huh?
Yeah.
You can't make it bigger?
No.
Like, could you come out and, like, there's no way I'd ever be able to read anything like that. Could you come out, like, with an iPad and record instead of a phone?
I don't know. I've never seen anyone doing it with an iPad.
Why? I bet you it could be done with a tablet, and then you could read what people are saying.
The chat says that you could do it.
Yay! There's people who are just really intelligent. I don't know how this stuff works, so. But yeah, I think you could even get like one of those
iPad with
things.
a SIM.
With a, oh really? With a SIM card?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Viral TikTok, exactly. Send more people that way. Oh look, the LAPD.
Oh yay! But you'd have to have something you download StreamYard, right?
For what?
For going live.
Hide your cookies.
I know who's gonna want some of those cookies. Yeah, I can share. I don't need to. I don't need to eat all that sugar. I bought enough to share.
I had my sugar fix with the chocolate.
Very good, huh? Oh, there's more.
Should be getting P. Diddy there, exactly.
What?
Maybe better to have a phone with a gimbal and a second phone to read the chat with accessible fonts. That's a good idea too. Just because the iPad is just so big, like, I'm like, how would you like be holding
Wait,
it?
so you would have your phone and then have a second phone that's
Yeah.
with like a different YouTube account? So, or with the same YouTube account? Can
I
you do
think
that?
it's the same one.
That's interesting.
Yeah, the iPad will get heavy after a while. It's true.
That is true.
It's coming. What's coming? Who's coming? How am I doing with the foundation? Would love to know what your direction is. We're doing great, you guys. We're just setting up so much. There's so much behind the scenes work that needs to be done. So we're just trying our best to keep up already with so many people reaching out. There's been a large amount of Spanish-speaking people that were brought in from other countries, speaking of trafficking, people that were brought from other countries, then dumped, then just left here without papers, and now they're stuck in the U.S.
Wait, so like they got kicked out of the Syria and they just like see you later kind of thing, or
Yeah. Yeah.
I just can't. It's so gross. I mean, it's the most inhumane piece of shit organization that are claiming to be like these crusaders for human rights. It's just, it's so hypocritical. Why is everybody stopped? Okay, I'm fine. There we go. Sometimes it makes me so angry. Because it's 74 years. It's like 74 years and nothing. And finally, things are starting to change because people care and people are like outraged. But 74 years and thousands of victims. It's unreal.
Yeah, I think there's a thing for people that want to volunteer. I mean, I'm sure that there's people that live out of New York. So I think there's a way of submitting yourself as a volunteer, you guys.
Oh, that would be great.
Righteous anger brings about change. Yeah,
I agree.
I
with
agree.
that. I really do.
Beyonce and Jay-Z are getting divorced. Not surprised. Somebody left Scientology in '86. Just missed you. I was a pack for a while too.
Who? What?
Somebody left Scientology in '86. Says she just missed you.
Really? Oh my. Well, I'm glad you left. Good for you. We're here to hold space for you if you need somebody to talk to or reach out to. You know. Serge kept my story in confidence for, I mean, it's been over a year now, right?
That's true.
Yeah. It's like.
It's a long process
It is.
to come to this point, you guys, but you did so well, and you know, people really supported you tonight. I think it was.
That's so kind. I mean, I was terrified. All I can do is be myself and tell the truth and be accountable, and I hope that's how I came across, you know.
Well, yeah, it is very brave.
Yep, there's gonna be some crazy. We'll see if there's some repercussions, but I'm okay with that. I'm ready for it. I know what to expect, and I'm okay with it. I've got an amazing support system. I've got amazing people who surround me, and I've got a good life. I've got a happy life, so.
You can lean on them. They love you already, so they want to see more of you.
Wow. I mean, wow. Hey, where am I going?
Keep going. Just to the right.
Okay.
And then to the left in the first one.
Wait, I'm gonna turn left at the first light up there? Okay. I'm amazed that anybody even wants to hear me speak. I'm not, like...
To the left here.
I'll be honest, I'm not real comfortable being in front of a camera, or I'm not the kind of person who likes to hear the sound of my voice. So I kind of had to get over that too. Like, I'll have a hard time watching this.
Well, but you don't have to watch it. It's not about, because it's not really about you. It's not a performance. It's just really...
No, it's not.
You're doing this in service of others, so it doesn't actually matter how we sound or if we sound that great or not.
That's true. Straight?
Yeah.
Yeah,
your story...
I'm going to look through it because I want to see if there's somebody who knows me who's reached out, because, you know, I meant what I said. We'll take accountability if somebody needs to speak to me.
And I think that's great. You know, you're being the change you want to see, so
Absolutely.
you're standing up for these things, and you had a high position for like a couple of years. I mean, it's not like you were there for decades doing the stuff. Like, you literally were there for 4 years, so there's a proportionate amount of stuff.
Absolutely.
But, you know.
I'm sure I said some pretty crappy things to people, and I'm straight.
No,
right. Okay. it's good. If everybody could do this, we'd be getting somewhere, you know what I mean?
Yeah. It is the more the merrier situation.
Yeah. Well, thank you everybody for hanging out with us tonight.
Your story will help others.
I really do. I hope it does. And I hope it brought...
Did you lose family to the COS?
What do you mean? Like, now? No, my family was never...
No, she was recruited as a young
Yeah, I was-
18-year-old,
yeah.
you guys. So she was brought in and her family wasn't.
But I will lose, quote unquote, family that I had, like through my ex-husband. Yeah, there will be
There will be some fallout.
there will be some fallout.
So there is, it's,
Yeah.
you know, tonight was a very big night. We can't underestimate
Yeah.
the courage that it takes to cut that umbilical
Yeah.
cord, to own your own story, to not be afraid of repercussions that are in the best interest of nobody.
Yeah.
You know, as much as these people can cut you out of their life, it's for their best interest that they see the behavior of people cutting
And-
out this toxicity and then calling out the practices that need to be stopped.
I would like to actually say there's somebody who I love very much who's in RTC right now and who wants me to stop talking. And I've been dealing with that for a while because I don't know. They've been on to me for a while. And I wish, you know, I've known this kid since he was 6 months old. He's 36 now.
Imagine you
now.
guys from 6 months to 36.
He's been a part of my life for a very long time, and I love him to pieces. And, you know, I will probably never speak to him again. And that's my decision. I hope it creates an effect that he gets out.
You know, the one thing I'll say about all these connections that people think that they're having, it's like, are you really speaking to the
Yeah.
person?
No, because they're not allowed. He's not even allowed to have a phone, you guys. I mean, he's not. They
A
check their
36-year-old
mail.
man. A 36-year-old man is not allowed to have
Yep.
his own phone. Mind you, he's an RTC, the highest of the
Yep.
highest of the echelons.
He's
doesn't
not
matter.
allowed to have. In fact, he texted me through a Scientology number and had to set a time where I could text him or call him back. And, you know, there's a lot of love there. I stayed on the phone with him for about an hour. I did not answer his last text because I knew where he wanted to go next was to tell me to stop speaking out. You know, I just decided I wasn't going to put him through that. I was not. I love him. I've told him I'm going to be here for him. I told him I will speak the truth. You know, that I'm not going to lie. I told him about my past, the abuse that happened. And of course, the story's always, oh, it's changed so much. There was a bunch of SPs back then, and, you know, the golden age of tech too, and blah, blah. It's always the same shitty story. And I remember telling that story myself, so guilty.
Well, they always pitch you
Yeah.
something, you guys. There's always some pitch put together to pitch the lie with a full straight face and to have the cognitive dissonance, because it makes these people very uncomfortable to think
Yeah.
that their entire life is a lie. I mean, again, you cannot understand the type of steps you really have to come to, the radical acceptance required to process the truth, and the betrayal blindness that is
it's
present when you've been, you know, taken advantage to this extent, and when all your loved ones have become this joke, because this reality you are living was actually not rooted in reality.
There's nothing almost nothing true about it, and it's anyway, so that will be my consequences that I will have to deal with, and I hope it leads to change. I
Well,
hope
you
it
can
leads
only
to
be the
for
change you
him.
want to see, but so you cannot.
Yeah.
He's a grown adult now.
Yeah.
You've set the example that you can cut this out.
Yeah.
And here, right here. And it is scary, but you know, growth is uncomfortable.
Absolutely. Change is
And
uncomfortable.
these people wanting to stay stuck in that status quo, stuck in the policies of a deranged convicted felon that's only pitching complete bullshit is not beneficial to nobody.
Oh, this is your.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, right. You think I fit? I don't know.
I don't know, right? Maybe.
Well,
then go over there, so then you're gonna. Then you can just park over there, and then you just leave this way.
oh yeah. Good idea. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to. There we go. Shorty McShorty can't see very well. Okay. I have pillows in my car.
Pillows for what?
Because I can't see over the. Because most cars aren't friendly for 5'1" person. That was the curb, not the. Okay. There. There we go.
Learn helplessness is rough to overcome because it's unseen. Very true.
Ooh, repeat that. Learned helplessness. What?
It's rough to overcome because it's unseen.
That is so true. God, sometimes the people in your chat they're so deep. They've gone through a lot of crap themselves, and they're just amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Amazing people.
Are you taller than Miss Garbage? Miss Garbage.
No, actually, he's got a couple inches on me, I think.
Is he 5'3"?
I think, yeah, he's a couple inches taller than me. But his heart is a lot smaller than mine, and so is his brain, if that makes any difference.
So, any last words for our chat?
Just thank you so much for holding space for each other and for Serge and for me, and I hope to see
Thank you for
guys
speaking out. Thank you for sharing your truth and for speaking truth to power. It takes a lot to get to this point. And like to your point, if we can get more people to garner the courage to have an integrity and to actually speak to the facts, like that's what's required. Speaking to the facts, raising the alarm for all of the dysfunction that was normalized at an industrial size scale.
Absolutely.
What happens in those hotels and commercial buildings is not normal. It's not safe for any child. If adults want to do it, they need to have a conversation within themselves. And they really need to
keep it away from kids completely. It should be outlawed. It is
for
harmful.
kids. It's already outlawed, you guys. I mean, literally.
Yeah.
No. So, yeah. Rest well. We're here for you. It's been a pleasure.
Oh my goodness. Thank you, everybody. That's so nice. Oh. What was it she said?
I have things to say, Karen. You know that.
Hi, Kenya. Hi, me and Taz. Oh, that's amazing. And Muds and Marina. Thank you guys so much.
Thank you for coming up with us tonight, and thank you for holding space for case in the house, and case in the house, you guys. So you'll be seeing more very, very
Absolutely.
soon.
Thank you.
Hope everyone has a wonderful rest of your
Amanda.
Friday evening or Saturday morning. Thank you
Oh,
so much,
thank you.
guys. Bye.